Hello Internet, my name is Fahim and today I'm going to talk about how we can deploy Django in actual production server. So normally what happens is that when you create a Django project, in the settings file you'll see that there's a variable debug which is by default made true. So when you make this thing false, you'll get a result like this. The CSS and all the static contents like JavaScript, CSS, images, all of them will be broken. So we're going to fix this thing today. Okay, so basically I was following this tutorial. So we're going to use Nginx, and in order to use a server we're going to use Ubuntu Server. Okay, so inside a virtual box. So if you don't have this thing, I suggest you can follow this tutorial and make a Ubuntu server inside your virtual box. Okay, so enough intros, let's move out. I'll just close this silly thing. So first things first, what you need to do is create a Django project. Just create a Django project. You don't need anything else, because in this tutorial we're going to just fix the static content stuff. Now in this case I took a project with I was working with, but that's not important. You don't need this thing to get started with. Okay, so after creating the project, the key thing is that you add these two lines. Okay, so what we need is static URL and static root. So make sure you have these two lines just like that, and once you have that, just a moment. Okay, so once you have that, I need you to run this command: python manage.py collectstatic. So what this is going to do is, you see the static root, which is in this case base directory / static folder. So my base directory is this folder, which is the actual project name, web app, and inside we have a static folder. We have a folder named static. So what this command does is that it's going to copy all of these static files inside this static folder. All the images and CSS, JavaScript, everything goes here, fonts, you name it. So we're gonna add yes, and this will copy all of them there. Okay, so once this is done, what you need to do is go to GitHub or Bitbucket and upload your code inside the Bitbucket or GitHub. So in this case, this is the Bitbucket repository where I have uploaded this project. So here we have it. After that, follow this tutorial and install Ubuntu Server on your VirtualBox. By the way, you can use anything else such as Debian or CentOS. I'm just this is just a personal preference, nothing else. So once you do it, make sure you have some clones of this thing, okay? Because I myself fell into a lot of troubles. Things were broken, and then I had to fix them, and then they got broken again, trial and error. So finally I made it. So that's the one with actual output, but I'm going to try this thing on this one. So let's move out. Okay, this thing is turning on. Okay, so In order to implement the entire process, what you need to learn about is the Django basics, then Linux basics, and how to work with terminals and working with terminal-based editors such as Vim, Nano. In this case, I'll be using Vim because I'm used to it. You can use Emac or Nano, whatever you have or whatever you are used to. Okay, so we're ready. Okay. So this has an IP address 192.168.0.5. Here we are going to connect it from the normal terminal using this kind of command, ssh sorry. Yes, and bingo, we're connected. So normally what happens is that if you go to an actual server like Amazon or DigitalOcean or Linode, you're going to get some credentials from a web interface, and you put your credentials in the terminal just like that way. So after that you'll be able to log into the actual server using your very own terminal. So the process is almost similar. Maybe 10 to 5% difference will be present depending upon the company, but it's all the same. Okay, enough for bullshit. So first things first, copy this thing. Okay, I should close this thing off. I don't need it. So we're cloning this thing inside here. Okay, cd web app python manage.py migrate. Oh, what the hell? Oh, we need to install Django. So okay, I almost forgot. This is a brand new snapshot, my mistake. So we're gonna need to install quite a lot of things. You might want to skip into the future, skip past these parts. So we're installing pip, the Python's default package manager. Come on, hurry. 1 minute 26 seconds. Okay, so that's going on. Meanwhile, we can discuss what we're gonna do next. So after setting the project inside our server, we're gonna need to install the Nginx. So this is a different server, a web server, which is going to serve our static contents, all those CSS related stuff. 17 seconds. 8, 7. But I'll just Okay, we're back. So we have installed pip. So now we need to do is pip3 install pip install -r recursively install requirements. So we're inside the web app and we have all the requirements inside this file. So we're going to install the requirements, and perhaps I should pause this thing again. Okay, that didn't take much while. So now that we're done with this, we have to install Nginx. So sudo apt install Nginx. Okay, install Nginx. Then we need to go to this directory inside our inside our server. So okay, that's a lot of icons. Okay, we're done. Okay, one more thing I forgot. You know what, I'll just use a second terminal. So Unicorn is the Python server, the Python production server, not the default one that comes with Django. So we're gonna install this thing also. So this thing's going on. Meanwhile, we should go to this location. So cd root, then etc/nginx/sites available. So here we have a default config file. So we're going to create some more config files over here. By the way, we can actually test our Nginx installation like this. 129 sorry 162 168 0.5. Yeah, so see that this means that Nginx is installed successfully. Okay, so back to this place. So we need to create a config file. Since this place has some permission related issues, either you have to change the permissions of these directories or you have to use sudo command. So in this case I'm gonna stick to the sudo, and after that our commands. So to create a file you use touch file name, in this case sudo touch web app, because my project name is web app. Very simple name. You give your name, your project name. Okay, so after that we're going to make some changes. So we need a terminal based text editor, sudo, and don't forget the sudo. So sudo vim web app. Then after that you're going to need to copy this code segment configurations and paste it over here. So, and make sure that you change these things. So the default username is Fine Farhan. That's my name. So, and the project root is the project name. And the second thing, you make changes over here. Okay, that's pretty much it. Okay, so we have made those changes, and okay, so after that what you're going to need to do is create a symbolic link between this one and a folder named sites enabled. Okay, so to do that you use this command. I'll just copy and paste this thing. So what this tells us is that sudo create a link etc nginx sites available web app, the config file that we have just made, and create its link inside this sites enabled folder. So hit enter and we should be good. So cd dot sites enabled. So yes, we have this symbolic link over here, so that should be done. So after that what you need to do is restart Nginx. So to do that you use the command sudo service nginx restart. Okay, after that you run your Django project with unicorn. Run DJ with unicorn. So go to your project, in this case web app. After that you use this command, copy, paste. So since we're in the first time, I'm just going to remove the daemon portion. Sorry, it should be unicorn 3. Okay, I'll just update this thing over here. All of these things will be in the video description. Okay, so now unicorn is running and nginx is also running, so in theory we should be able to see the outcome. 92 168 0.5 colon 8000 slash. Okay, wish me luck, moment of truth. Yes, and now we have finally this the CSS is working, and it's not just with the default Django admin stuff. I've got some other I have some other pages, so these things also have the CSS and JavaScript portions connected. Then we have the image connected. See that icon? So that's pretty much that's how you fix the problem. Okay, so and if you had used the daemon flag, then this thing would be running in the background. Okay, okay, so make sure that you invoke this command from inside your project directory. Okay, and one more thing, that is cat etc nginx site server web app. Okay, so in this case I have specified port number 8000. That's why I used 8000 over here. So suppose if I had used 8080, then this would have been 8080. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the basic stuff. That's how you work with an actual server. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope this will help you to accomplish your Django projects in production level. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment sections, and I'll try my utmost to answer them. Thank you.